Welcome to Senior Care on TV. My name is Margaret Salisu Horadin. I have a question for you. Have you ever thought of what you're going to be doing after age 60? Well, today I have a gentleman that I want to introduce to you. He is 77 years old. He is full of life. He is still working full time. He goes to work, wake up every day in the morning, goes to work 5 days a week in spite of some health challenges. Listen to his story.
I do have security.
Okay.
First time I ever belonged to a union in my life. A union will help me. But as long as I can do my job,
Okay.
they cannot terminate me.
Okay, so tell us, what type of job do you do right now?
Basically, I'm a traveling auditor.
Okay.
Go to various businesses and check certain records.
Okay.
Sometimes I go to 3 or 4 places. Sometimes I go to 1 place,
Okay.
depending on how complicated the job is.
Okay. And how many hours do you work?
My work week is 7.5 hours a day.
Okay. And how many days a week do you work?
I work 5 days a week.
Oh.
I work full time,
Okay.
and I do it well for the money.
Okay, so that's the motivation for the money?
Well, for the money. Basically, I like to, and if you live in New York or the Northeast, it's very, very difficult to retire and maintain a lifestyle without an income.
Okay.
So I need this income. But also, even if I would have to have something to keep me busy. During my life, I've worked all my life, and I haven't been able to develop any outside interests.
Okay.
I would have to develop outside interests. I hope, I'm 77 now.
Okay.
I hope to retire by the time I'm 80. Well, I'm looking to.
You're almost there.
I'm going to 80.
Okay.
I think I'm going to 80.
Okay.
At 80, I will rethink it and probably retire. And I may be forced to relocate
Okay.
because I can't afford to live here.
Even though you've lived here all your life.
Even though I've lived in New York State all my life. I was born in the Bronx, grew up in Brooklyn, and I've lived in Nassau County for the last 40 years.
Okay. Do you live alone now, or you live with your family?
No, I live with my wife.
Okay.
My wife also works. She's 76. She's pissed off because they cut her hours back to 3 days a week.
Okay.
She prefers to work. She likes money more than I do. But because
So both of you are actively.
yeah, but we got out of the house
Okay.
every morning. We leave the house between 7 and 7:30. Stop for breakfast. I drop my wife off at work. Then I go to work.
Okay.
Then I pick her up on the way home.
Is it a challenge to get up early in the morning every day?
No. Old folk get up early.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't have any effect on your physical body?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I go to sleep at 11, get up at 5:30,
Okay.
and we're out of the house most days by 7.
Okay. So how will you describe your medical, your health in general?
I do have medical problems. I take a lot of pills, a great many pills.
Okay.
And I have a group of doctors I trust very, very well. I have a cardiologist, a pulmonologist, an internist, a urologist, a dermatologist. One of the problems I see if I'm forced to move out of the area is how to replace my doctors.
Okay.
Because I like my doctors. I think they are concerned people. I think they like me and are concerned about me.
And they've been
and they've kept me alive.
Quite a while.
And they've kept me alive, and I consider them friends.
Okay.
At least my pulmonologist and my cardiologist, and my internist. The other doctors are basically all business.
Okay.
But I've been going to my pulmonologist and cardiologist for many, many years, and my internist many, many years. And we like each other.
Okay.
And then I chose them carefully. I think they're good doctors. I'm sure they're good doctors.
How long have you had them, like the pulmonologist?
Pulmonologist at least 15, 16 years.
Okay.
My cardiologist for longer than that.
Okay.
Uh, and
And do you see your health interfering with you?
well, I have up and downs. I have bad lungs. I take medicine for it. I take a great deal of medicine.
Okay.
I have sleep apnea, and I use a CPAP machine. I have AFibs, and I take Coumadin.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, you're still able to function.
I still function. I function very, very well. I walk well. I can't do push-ups anymore or jumping jacks, but I'm able to walk at least short distances that I'm required to.
Okay.
Long distances, I have a problem. I have to sit down and rest about every. I can't walk miles like I used to, but I can walk a couple hundred yards, and that's it.
I mean, you have a situation that is kind of peculiar because you have where your employer, the organization that you work for right now.
He cannot terminate me.
So you can work as long as you are able to.
I can work as long as I'm able to.
Okay.
As long as I have my health.
I mean, that's a good company to work for.
Well,
in terms of.
I don't want to mention the company.
Of course, of course.
As long as I have my health,
Mm-hmm.
and as long as I can have my head. You know what I mean? As long as I can still think relatively clearly.
Okay.
Clearly.
And you're still very productive. You're still very sharp. And
I don't know if I'm as sharp as I used to be when I was 50, but I can do this job.
You can still do the job.
You know,
I mean, you're a professional. You've been doing it for a very long time.
Yeah, you know, I'm not saying. Nor am I commenting on people who do not have an accountant's job.
Okay.
You know, they're definitely people who've done physical labor all their life who are limited.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I've seen some old folk who are strong and able to do physical labor.
Yeah.
But I'm not commenting on anyone else's lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
You want to retire. But I would suggest.
But some people are forced to retire.
Yeah,
even though they still
well,
have the ability.
I would work. I would try to remain productive as long as I could. Now I realize you can be productive without earning a salary,
Mm-hmm.
but I think earning a salary is a bonus.
Okay.
If I wasn't earning a salary, I've often thought about volunteering in various things. I am a veteran. I would like to perhaps work in volunteer in the Veterans Hospital.
That's a good
You
plan.
know,
Yes.
or in the senior citizen home. You know, I would try to stay.
Encouraging and
I would try to stay active.
That's,
One of these days, I'm gonna end up in either the Veterans Hospital or the senior citizen home. But as of now, I don't have to
you
worry.
don't have to worry about that. Yes.
Okay, and that's it.
That's good. Thank you so much. Now, one question that I have in terms of you still, getting regular pay. I mean, you have a full, what you consider full income, and you still have the Social Security.
Yes.
So how do you?
No, basically, the I started collecting Social Security when I was 65. When you reach full retirement age,
Okay.
you are permitted to collect your full Social Security check. If I was to wait if I would have waited till I'm 70, you would get an extra bonus.
Okay.
But I started collecting when I was
When you
65.
were 65. Okay.
And it's a full Social Security check. Fact is, today is Wednesday, the second Wednesday of the month. My Social Security check should be in the bank today.
Okay.
My Social Security check comes every second Wednesday of the month.
And then you supplement that with the salary that you.
Well, basically right.
Okay.
I supplement it with the salary. I don't think I get the maximum Social Security, but I get it. It's a nice check.
Nice check. And then you're thinking of retiring, relocating to another location.
Basically,
when
you have to.
Retire because
Yeah, you have to because
the cost of living in New York is too.
Because as far as I'm concerned, even though when you retire your income goes way down and you pay relatively little in income tax, or perhaps no income tax. The cost of living here is outrageous. It's just very high.
Very high.
And not only the cost of living is high, I believe there's added stress
Okay.
living in the Northeast, at least for me. The roads are crowded, the city is crowded, even out here on the
City
island.
life.
Even out here it's crowded, and I don't want crowds anymore. I don't like crowds.
Oh, okay.
And I would live in a quiet area. If I was to choose what I
I mean,
want to live.
for someone who enjoys, an active life,
Well, I used to.
living in a quiet area is going to
I
be
used
quite
to enjoy
challenging.
other things that I can no longer enjoy in New York City, that I'm physically unable to do. I can't walk that much. Things are expensive in New York City. A play is expensive. Even a museum is expensive. And it's stressful, and it's a lot of walking.
Hopefully, have you thought about where you want to go?
I've thought of it.
Okay.
But I tell you what, I'm not saying where I want to go.
Exactly.
But what I would like to have is a over 55 community
Okay.
with activities.
Okay.
Perhaps a clubhouse where I could interact with people my
People,
age
yeah.
and have activities with people my age.
Oh, okay.
That's the type of environment I'd like to retire in. And I think they're available much less expensively
Yeah.
in other areas of the
Other
country,
areas, yeah.
whether it's Florida or the Southwest or the Carolinas.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't decided yet.
Yeah. I mean, you still have 3 or 4
I
years
still have 3 or 4 years to go.
to go. Yeah. So
Okay,
you still have.
but I
So
am
thank
looking
you.
around.
Thank you so much for your time. Now, for those watching you at home, what advice will you give them?
What I would advise, stay active as long as you can.
Oh, okay.
If you can stay on the job, stay on the job. If you're physically able to,
Okay.
physically and mentally able to.
Able to.
I think it's important to stay active physically and mentally. I just think it's very important. That's it.
Thank you so much.
Okay?
Thank you.